Good evening, YouTube, and hello, welcome. We are going to get going in a moment. We've got a few people coming into the room this evening. So we're going to talk about H1 tags and H2 tags and all your H tags that you need in the world on your website. And then we're going to switch over to the inner circle group where we're going to talk and give some extra hidden tips. If you're not on the live call, you will miss out because we don't record it, basically. Maybe we should for the members only. I might hit record this time. Might be nice because the second bit's quite fun as well. So let me just share my screen. Robert, can you see the screen all right?
Yep.
Brilliant. Right. So the mistake that people make with building websites, and we are very much in a AI world now. So you can use ChatGPT, Abacus AI, any of these to do this work now. Makes your life a lot easier. But we've ranked an AI website all with AI content. We wanted to prove the gurus wrong, right? And it was done within a matter of weeks, which was really easy to do at the end of the day. So, how does this work? Well, the H tags. Let's just go through H tags anyway. I'm just going to prove that for Sarah. There we go. Record for her. So, on your website, anything you do, the amount of websites I work with, Robert, that I see that they're making a big mistake, having multiple H1 tags. And that's not the way to do it, basically. So let me explain a bit more on this. So, and some of you are going to say, "Oh, it's like teaching us to suck eggs." But the thing is we go over this, and this gives you a better understanding of your on-page SEO, which is really important. If you don't get your on-page SEO right, then the off-page SEO, the backlinks, all the other content, your blog sites, anything like that, is going to cause problems. So let's go over this now. So your H1 tag, let's do H1, is your main title of the page. And so let's do main title. And this could be, for an example, let's pick a niche. Let's pick the plumbing niche for an example. So you're working on a page, and the home page could be plumbers in Bristol. So you could have your main title as plumbers in Bristol. And that would be your title at the very top of the page. You may put like emergency 24-hour plumber in Bristol or something like that. So you only have one of these per page across your website. So the next part is your H2 tags, and your H2 tags are below the H1, and so we go with H2s, and these are the subheadings all the way down your site. So for an example, right, we could have a block toilet. Let's say that. And so you'd have this as the H2 heading, and then below it you'd have your paragraphs. But what if you then want a subsection within that? So for an example, how to unblock a toilet. Well, then you can have a subheading, which will then be your H3 tag, which is underneath the H2 tag. And so in the case of this, we could have how to block a toilet. And so that's where we get to here. And then, of course, you'd have a paragraph about how to unblock a toilet. Now, if there are subheadings beyond that, so for an example, step 1, take the lid off, right? So we could do take the lid off as an example. This then can become a H4 tag. Now, personally, I don't go any further. I don't bother with H5 and H6s. You can have them if you want. And if you use AI to write your content, and you say in something like Abacus AI, write my content and show me, and create the H tags and label them for me. So when you copy and paste it from your Abacus AI or Chat GPT, and you put it onto your main site, this is the layout you end up with all the way down. And it's really important to get your structure right on your site, because when Google crawls a site, if you've only got a H1 and H2 tag and that's it, it's got to work harder to crawl the content and understand it. If you then got a H3 tag, it's going to say to, okay, well, basically this is a subheading under block toilets, how to unblock toilets. So Google's going to have a look at it and it's going to say that there is with that there, and it understands. And then of course, then we can have another H2 coming down here, and another heading on the page of how to fix a tap.
So Steve,
And that'd be a H2 again.
What tends to happen, and we see it all the time, and for people that already understand what the heading structures are, that's wonderful. But it's so relevant that you have to use this to the best of your ability to make sure that your website tells not only the Google spiders, but your visitors of the website what the site is about and what it's for. And the H1 through H6 headings are those main key points. So when the spiders crawl it, the first H1 heading needs to clearly spell out what is the best keyword, what is this site really going to do for the visitor and the Google spider, because the Google spider sees an H1 tag and it says contact, right? Because they want the word contact to be the H1 tag. The spider goes, well, contact is irrelevant to the plumbing website. I don't understand why would the H1 tag say contact? Why would the H1 tag be the phone number? Why would the H1 tag be some relevant wording, you know, the best whatever in a city might be okay. But what happens is these websites get built either using AI, or they're old, or they weren't clear in their definition of when they were being built, what the H1s, H2s, H3s, and H4s were supposed to be. So when you do an analysis for SEO of your websites, which you can use AI to do that, please tell me what all the H headings or H1 through H6 headings are on this website URL, and it'll come back and give you that information. And if you see that they're not keyword friendly, if they're not location friendly, that's the first mess up of your SEO to tell Google what your website is about. So if it's about plumbing in a location, that needs to be in your headings. And you know, we see it all the time. The first biggest error we see a lot is you're going to give multiple either H1s or H2s that are like duplicated. So if you have two H1 tags, that's a red flag to Google saying, what is this site about? Who built this site? This built site is wrong. You can't have two H1 tags. That's your first red flag to the spider to say your site shouldn't be ranked because it's not built right.
Yeah.
So this is the hierarchy structure of keyword friendly content that you want to give Google and you want to give your visitors.
And it's important to get this right on your website. And you know, most of our clients are working, or our people we teach are working with WordPress. So it doesn't take much in WordPress, especially if you're using Kadence, which is really easy to use, to label your H1s, your H2s, and so on throughout your site. So it's just a case of structuring all of this correctly. As you can see, main title, which would be plumber in Bristol, subheading block toilet, and then below that, how to unblock a toilet. So you could keep going down with sub paragraphs all the way down, and then have another section. You don't necessarily need, by the way, just to say, if you haven't got a reason for another H2, because you've done a page just about unblocking toilets, then you don't necessarily need it. It's just giving it the structure, so when the bots come and crawl your website and they work from top to bottom, they understand that it's related. So, for an example, that I've just marked could be related to this here, and that down here is also related to this up here. So it knows it's related to this main title here. And so it's just structuring your data in the right way. And then the bots love you. They check the pages. And in turn, that's why we have a sitemap. So Google comes and looks at your sitemap. It checks the URL. It goes and looks at the URL, and it looks at the structure of your site. And if you've got great content, and this is where people get stuck and they go, well, how do I get content? We live in an AI world. Just go to Abacus AI or go to ChatGPT and type in there, I want a page about unblocking toilets. In fact, we could probably, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop sharing that screen now. And I'm going to share my screen again. I'm just going to load up the right page a minute. Make sure I've got the right one. Oop. So I'm just going to load Abacus AI. Right. Let's share my screen again. Should be hopefully that one there. Everyone see Abacus AI all right?
Yep.
I'm going to move my righty pad out of the way for a minute. So in here, let's type in make me WordPress content for a website about blocked toilets. I'll type tonight. Toilets. Please use tags. Oh, I might just leave that like that and see what it does. Label the content. So great thing is you can type a mistake into AI and it will read it as normal. So it's now going to go off and think about this right now, and we're going to end up with some AI content that's going to show me where to put what. So look, straight away, H1, it says blocked toilet repair and emergency unblocking with the company names. It's recommended with the company name. Meta description, that'll be in your SEO. And then as we come down, intro, so underneath the H1 tag, bit of intro, H2, what we do, common causes, and then we can easily now expand on this.
Why don't you try to ask Abacus AI to write a sample page of the most searched headings for that particular niche and see what it says.
Let's put Bristol. Add the location.
Obviously, different people searching in different areas are going to get a different response. But at the end of the day, the AI tools are going to tell you what you should put on the website about that niche in that location to help you outrank competitors.
So now we've got that. So go on, Robert.
This is how, you know, you use AI in your favor to help you get the right content on the site. Because if you don't pay attention to what you're going to do in your H1, H2, H3 tags, your site is going to be off balance for SEO. But use the AI tools to help you balance and outrank before you build the site by using the most searched top SEO recommendations by these AI tools. It saves you a lot of grief and a lot of effort, and you can really do this and outrank your competitors using these tools as well as a lot of the other training that we do to show you how you outrank competitors.
So straight away, I've just said, now create me a full page for my WordPress site about emergency plumber, Bristol 24/7 rapid response. And it's going to put this down here. Now I'm going to ask, I may have to ask it to expand. So once it's done all this, and it's done the HTML version, which we could just easily just copy and paste it all into a page. If you want to be super lazy, you could do that. I prefer to take the content myself. So I would come in here and have a look at what content we've got here that we can use. I can say, please. And there we are. See, and we got FAQ. It's even done the FAQs. Now, another thing we can do as well, and you won't be able to see this, but I'm going to open another tab because you should only still be seeing Abacus AI. Bristol. I'm just going to find the #1 plumber in Bristol a minute on my other screen and grab their URL. And I'll come back here. And what we're now going to do is click in here and say, please make me a web page, HTML, this. So I've gone and found a URL of a company that's near the top, and I've just said, please make me a web page using this. So you can go one stage further and create you can cheat by actually looking at other content. So Lane says, I asked Abacus to format HTML for my platforms such as WordPress or other. And you can quite, if you prefer using HTML and just paste it in, you're more than welcome to. So now it's gone and created me a page based on them. Now, obviously, it's left their phone number in, so I would say I want to update it. I could even say, please respin the content. There's loads of different things we can do with this, but it gives me an idea, of what to do. For example, I can now say, create me a page about this, create me a page about that. So we can go through these and create similar pages based on a site that's already doing really well online, if that makes sense. So well, just gone.
It's always about, instead of being afraid of AI, use AI to the best of its ability to give you the best responses and answers to how you're going about it. If you leave your inquiries generic and vague, then you're going to get a vague response. If you go after and really ask it to help you get the best SEO advantage for your area, for your niche and your keywords and location, then it'll come back and give you those responses. And then you can plug and play into your website. But, going back to the website builds themselves, if you're going to haphazardly build a website and not plan for it, these are the things you're going to miss. You're going to miss setting up the SEO from the beginning. You're going to miss setting up what the real purpose of the website is, because they're going to have different reasons to be built. And if you're in an agency and you're helping local businesses try to do this, they don't understand any of this. So they're trying to figure it out, and they don't sometimes get it right from the beginning. They put the wrong stuff online and then it's not working, and I don't know how to fix it. And these are the tools that can help you fix it. But it's, if you don't plan for it, it won't come out right. But if you use the AI tools and plan the website build and what it's going to do and why it's going to be there, then you'll do a whole lot better right out the gate. And that's what we see over and over again. Every time I get somebody that wants or is interested in doing local marketing, first thing I do is look at their website. And I can't tell you, it's like 8 out of 10 times they have two H1 tags on the site. And they're not even keyword friendly. There's something about contact or a phone number or completely off the trail. So when the Google spiders come in and they read the H1 tags and there's 2 of them, first red flag. Then they read them and it says contact and phone number. It doesn't tell Google in the H1 tag, the heading, what this website is about. They got to know what it's about to be able to categorize it and rank it correctly. So you can't be afraid to use the AI tools, but you have to think about what's the best way to use them for what you're trying to do.
Absolutely. So we're going to switch now to the inner circle only, because we've got some training to go over, just for people who we might share it with everyone else on the membership if I've got time to upload it. But in the meantime, we'll say goodbye to YouTube, and we've got some great training coming up on some bits and pieces, more so for Lane, because Lane's here, and I've got something good to share with him in a moment. So we will see YouTube next week.
Have a great weekend. Rest of your week.